now
Each
recognize
side
Mr.
of
Burchett.
this aisle gets the same
I now
time.
recognize
I've been on
Mr.
this committee
Burchett.
for 29 years.
That's great.
You should know the rules.
I now recognize Mr. Burchett for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This is of all the witnesses.
Excuse me?
Is activity in Judea and Samaria, the West Bank, affecting the peace deal in Gaza? Go ahead, brother.
These areas have been separately governed and separately administered for quite a long time. The activity in Judea and Samaria does not directly affect peace in Gaza. Gaza has been really its own thing, at least since Hamas took over in 2006.
Sir.
Yes, the fact that the Palestinian Authority still has its charter calling for the destruction of Israel and many of the clauses in the charter, the fact that the Palestinian Authority violates the Taylor Force Act, the U.S. Act, paying Arabs $400 million a year for lifetime pensions to murder Jews and Christians, by the way, the fact that they name schools, streets, sports teams, and sporting events after Jew killers and Christian killers, this makes it crystal clear that the actions taken by Fatah in the Judea and Samaria territories make peace virtually impossible until they have a dramatic reformation and transformation of their actions and of their regime there. Yes, the actions in Judea and Samaria by Fatah and Mahmoud Abbas that make peace absolutely impossible until there's a dramatic reformation.
Doc.
There's no question that I find, frankly, objectionable things going on both sides in both communities. I think there are extremists in both communities. It's a little hard to fully accept the idea of Palestinian self-rule when it is hard for Palestinians to move between areas. It's almost impossible for Palestinians to build in many areas and get permission to build. Trade is restricted, currency and banking is restricted. This is, to an extent, self-rule. To the Palestinian Authority's credit, their security cooperation with the Israelis, which Israeli security officials will tell you is very, very important, has created friction between the Palestinian Authority and some Palestinians who argue that there needs to be some sort of pressure to end the current status quo. But as I said, I think anybody being honest would say there are a lot of objectionable things happening on both sides. There are extremists on both sides, and the question is, how do you marginalize the extremists?
Yeah, I remember when I was labeled an extremist. I said, I remember when I was labeled an extremist. Thank you. Mr. Kantarovich, Burchett's a tough name to say. I expect they slaughter yours pretty regular, too. Why is the area referred to as Judea and Samaria now and no longer the West Bank?
First of all, different people do call it different things. Judea and Samaria is a historical name. It's also, I think, important to know the name the United Nations actually used to refer to the area as late as 1947. West Bank was a term substituted by Jordan because it's to the west of Jordan. With the end of Jordanian occupation, there's no reason to call it the West Bank, and it makes sense to revert to its natural name, Judea and Samaria.
Okay. And what do you think the regional partners think of the debate over this area?
What do the regional partners think? So obviously, some of them, for example, Egypt, some of these countries are still mad that they lost a bunch of wars to Israel and are happy to continue any situation which weakens and undermines Israel. So they're happy to support, entities and elements that are going to commit terror against Israel.
All right, you each got about 20 seconds to answer this. I'll start with you, brother. What's your opinion on how to get this resolved?
Diplomats always talk about ripeness. I think it's not ripe now. The most important thing now is...
Hug that mic. I can't hear you.
I'm sorry. Diplomats always talk about ripeness. I don't think this is ripe to solve. I think the most important thing is to keep either side from taking steps that foreclose solutions and working toward progress in the future.
Sort of a détente, I guess. Sir? Mike, here you go.
There must be an immediate demand for a reformation of the Palestinian Authority, for them to stop having children, like this beautiful Arab girl saying, what could be better than going to paradise? Promoting suicide bombings, that must be stopped. To change their stationery, which shows all of Israel as Palestine, that must be stopped, and their atlases. So that's what must be emphasized. You have to start fighting terrorism, stop paying Arabs to murder Jews and Christians.
Real quick.
Yeah, I'm not a believer in a solution, but there's a reason we're at this place, because every time the Palestinians say no to a state, as Mr. Sherman has said, they are rewarded with a more generous offer. You need to turn that dynamic around. Every no,
Thank you.
it's less.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank the people in the crowd that are paid $15 to disrupt and distract us. I thank them as well. Thank you, brother.
Thank you, Representative Burchett. I now recognize Representative Keating for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr.